game jam. So here we go. Let's just jump right into it. Here are 10 surprising reasons that you should use .BigBang for your next game jam. You don't need to download anything. .BigBang runs in your browser and works on any device. Laptop, smartphone, tablet, console, or even your smart fridge. All you need to do is make an account and you're ready to start making games. You don't need to worry about downloading or updating an app, how long your builds will take, or where you're gonna host your game. We've got everything taken care of for you. As long as you have an internet connection, you can start sharing your games right away. .BigBang runs best in Chrome or Chromium-based browsers like Edge, Brave, and others. And if you'd rather not work in a browser, you're also welcome to install the desktop app. You can share your game instantly with a link and play with your friends. In order to share your game with your friends, all you need to do is click the share button, copy the link, and send it to them. Or just send the link that's in your browser. Once they click the link, they're already playing your game. And when you use the share button, you get a multiplayer link. So you can actually instantly play your game live with your friends. This mechanic is great for playtesting your game while your game's in progress during the jam, and really great for sharing your game with your family and friends once the jam's over. Your game will work on any device, console, mobile, desktop, you name it. Like I mentioned before, no need to worry about where to host your game or how people are going to play it. We've got that covered. If you're planning on working with a team, .BigBang makes that super easy for you. Just by sharing a multiplayer link with your teammates, you and your teammates can instantly start building out your game together. .BigBang supports live multiplayer editing, which is the click of a button, and you can all playtest the game together while you're building it. Here's a big one. Networking is built in. So if you've ever wanted to make a multiplayer game, .BigBang is the place for you. Every game on .BigBang is multiplayer by default. All you have to do is share the multiplayer link. Our networking system is super straightforward. Entities in your game can be marked as networked by just adding a tag, and there are a ton of multiplayer games and scripts on the platform already that can show you the ropes of writing networking code. Also, we have great articles and documentation introducing you to the various concepts you'll need to know when you want to take your multiplayer aspect to the next level. Did you know you can have all the power of VS Code in your browser? Well, with .BigBang, you can. .BigBang has a built-in VS Code editor with TypeScript, complete with debugging capabilities and autocomplete. You can use the editor to edit code while the game is running and see updates happen in real time. We have plenty of documentation and videos that cover scripting in .BigBang as well. You'll have access to thousands of scripts for your use. .BigBang creators have created tons of scripts that you can use in your own games. Just select an entity, select Browse Items, and you can search for scripts that other users have made. For example, if I want to make this door open, and I don't know how, I can search through scripts until I find a door script that works for my purpose. You can also remix other users' scripts to repurpose them for your own use. Remixing and repurposing scripts can really speed up your game-making process during a game jam, where time is everything. And whenever you write a script of your own, you can easily share it with other creators to use the script in their games. .BigBang allows creators to remix games, meaning that creators can actually get their own copy of another game and edit it. If you find a game you like and you're wondering how it was made, as long as it's set as remixable, you can actually take a look into how they made that game and how everything works. You can even make edits of your own, or entirely make your own version of the game if you'd like. .BigBang has made some starter templates that you can use as well, like a first-person shooter template and an obstacle course template. There's also a template for people who are new to scripting and want to learn more about it, or new to building out an environment and want to learn how to do that. So definitely check those out. You can find the links in the description. You're probably wondering where all these lovely art assets are coming from. Well, .BigBang has a robust, built-in voxel object editor, complete with animation capabilities. You can make your own assets, and then jump into your game and drag them right into your level. There is a huge library of voxel art for use in your game. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, what if I can't make art? You're in luck. Just like with scripts, Big Bang has thousands of voxel objects made by other creators that you can use in your game. If you're working with a team, your teammates can make art that you can instantly drag into your game. And if you're an artist, you can make your own art usable by other creators. You can talk to the devs directly for help. If at any point you're stuck or need some guidance, you can reach out to the Big Bang devs on Discord. The link's in the description. The devs have been making games with Big Bang for years and are happy to help out creators as much as we can. We've also got documentation, videos, and live streams that show you all sorts of ways you can use Big Bang. Whether you're an artist or a programmer, if it's your first game jam, or if you're a veteran, or if you're anywhere in between, Big Bang has a place for you. So that was 10 reasons to use Big Bang at your next game jam. If you want to give it a try, go to .bigbang.com to get started and join our Discord to meet other creators and have your questions answered by the same developers who built the platform. The links are in the description. Thanks for watching and happy jamming!
Hey, how's it going? I'm Robert Anderberg, and I'm going to show you some things about Big Bang that Ashley was just talking about. Unfortunately, as you can see, my video output is all blurred. I'm going to try and restart my computer, come back in a second. But I don't know if you saw my stream on Monday, everything worked perfectly then. And ever since I turned it on today and connected to StreamYard, everything's going weird. So I'm gonna try again. We'll see how it goes. I can make it more blurry. I can say I've got a green screen when I don't. None of this is helpful. So yeah, let me restart. I think we can put a placeholder there for a second, and we'll see if it comes back and all works. But apologies for that. I'll be back in a second. Streaming on 800 channels. Give me a second, thanks.
Whether you're a team of 1 or 1,000, only one thing really matters: making a game that players want to play. Developers are imagining future games that delight players and require solutions to support their dreams. Players expect games to have fast response times and high-fidelity experiences on any device, anywhere in the world. To achieve this, more and more developers are turning to the cloud. AWS for Games provides a broad portfolio of industry-specific products and solutions from AWS and AWS partners to help you build faster, run smarter, and grow your games. AWS for Games portfolio covers 12 solution areas, spanning the 3 phases of game development. When building, AWS will help you to modernize your architecture and move your production pipelines to the cloud, enabling you to recruit and build diverse teams around the globe, not limited to a physical location. When running a game, AWS can help you streamline operations, deploy the right compute and accelerated networking options to deliver low-latency game experiences, provide real-time and serverless analytics to help better understand player behavior, and help you harden your back-end against DDoS and other malicious attacks. To grow your player base, AWS can help you acquire and retain users with an engaging community experience with Twitch, Amazon Luna, and machine learning tools. With 175 fully featured services and more functionality than any other cloud provider, AWS infrastructure is trusted by over 90% of the largest public game companies, including Epic, EA, Ubisoft, Sony, Nintendo, Zynga, Rovio, and more. Need help getting started? Visit the AWS for Games landing page for a customized onboarding experience. Take one of our structured learning classes or dive deep into the 12 solution areas. Either way, we want to help you create the next amazing game. Welcome to AWS for Games.
Okay. I'm back. I think it's working now. Look at this. If you have a problem where you have to do a really important stream, you've got to get it right, and everything's going super blurry, and you have a Mac, well, the problem is that the macOS Sonoma, let's talk about this fascinating fact. macOS Sonoma, the new version of macOS, has a bunch of like background blurring and other stuff, and it will do it on virtual cameras, and I'm using a virtual camera out of OBS to stream this. So yeah, if you have the same problem and have a blurred virtual camera, there's a little icon hiding in the top right where you can turn off a thing called, what is it called? It's called Portrait, and that will make it all go all blurry. So you don't want that. There you go, blurry, not blurry, blurry, not blurry, blurry, not blurry. Fascinating. Anyway, welcome everybody. How long did that take us? 7 minutes? 7 minutes for a complete reboot of the machine and coming back. Let's start again. Let's pretend, let's go out of the room. We'll go out, we'll come back in again. We'll pretend everything went perfectly. So set your clock back 8 minutes to 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And imagine that you're just watching this stream, and I just came in and everything went perfect and you were impressed with how perfectly it all went. So I'm going to come in. Hi, how's it going? I'm Bobby D, also known as Robert Anderberg. I've been a game developer for basically forever, and I work on this platform called Big Bang. That's you play games with your friends, together with your friends. That's what I'm showing you here. It runs in a web browser. You can make everything that you see in this this video I'm showing you, this game I'm showing you, was made only using the tools, only in the web browser. So if it's interesting to you to build something quickly, play around with ideas, like throw things together. It's also multiplayer. So you can throw a link out to your friends. They can jump in and play. They can build. You can build together, but you can also play while you're building. You don't need to stop and start the game or do builds. It doesn't take time for that to happen. What am I getting? There's a free skin. Look at this. Get a free skin at the Global Game Jam. The Global Game Jam is this weekend, apparently. So if you didn't know that, mark that in your calendar. Global Game Jam, starting this weekend. And everyone who enters the Global Game Jam using Big Bang, which is this platform that we're building, will get a free skin. And what is a skin? Well, it's a costume for your character that you can put on and run around with. Maybe we should go and look at it. Maybe how to enter. How to enter. Global Game Jam is nearly here. Okay, so we've got a nice blog telling you how to sign up. Oh yeah, and we're going to have my friend Sean, day 9. He's going to do the wrap up for us. It's always a fun time. So if you sign up and make a game using Big Bang, there's a chance that your game will be shown on a day 9 stream, which is a wrap up that we do afterwards. It's super fun. Sean plays all the games. We have a good time hanging out and just messing about with games. So that's really nice. Here's all the info that's on our blog. And if you just go to the front page of Big Bang, you'll see that happy little orange person telling you about that. This is the platform we're building, and on Monday what I did was we kind of had a whole bunch of people jump in, and we built a cafe in the clouds, and we did stuff together and showed bits and pieces. We weren't really showing any features in depth there, and I thought what we could do today is maybe we could look a little bit more at scripting. As I was saying on Monday, you can just hit edit to edit the game while you're playing the game, which is really fun. Say that I want to take this sign and move it over here. Well, that's it moved. There's nothing else that you need to do. You can edit anything that you can see from the player perspective. Or we've got a bunch of other cameras as well. The standard fly cam. Or we've got a nice orbit cam as well, which is really useful if you want to get that more traditional, like 3D tools view of things. So yeah, all fun and nice. But yeah, today I thought we could just look at how programming works in Big Bang and the kinds of things you can do. Now, it's important to mention before we get into that there's a lot of stuff that you can do without programming. You don't necessarily need to know how to do any programming at all. You can, in this section down the bottom of our editor, you can see, oh, wait a minute. I forgot to, people in chat saying hi. Orkiness Productions says, hi Ashley K, bye. And then Orkiness Productions says, hi Bobby D, I saw Orca. Summer Sky says, heyo, hey everybody. Can't post comments to some destinations. Okay, so I'm streaming to some places. Donation. So if any second during what I'm talking about today, you have a question, anything at all, you say, well, I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. How does that work? Like, what is this? Just please put it in the chat. I will attempt to continue to pay attention to chat and respond to all those questions, and we can just play with things and do it as we go. But yeah, we've got a bunch of time to look at things. So once we jump into the editor here, we can immediately see there's some other stuff on the screen. It's showing you the bounding collision volume of this character that we have. And this character, there's nothing special about it in particular. You know, it's being moved around, it's animating, it's doing a bunch of stuff, but it's just an entity like any other entity in the game. And all of the way that the character works, every feature it has. So for example, you know, I can press these buttons to do like a thumbs up emoji, like some emoji chat here. And that emoji chat, those things are also entities, and they're being spawned by this player in scripts, the same kind of script that you can write. And then the motion and how they work is defined there. So yeah, it's all available to you there. It's good fun. Hello, Dirt Nation. Dirt Nation. It's a good name. And today also, you should be able to hear the sound effects, the music of the game, but I don't know how loud it is. Okay, so let's put that down slightly. There you go. Did I mute this? That's muted. Okay, so what I was going to do was just start doing some very basic programming stuff. We'll just start from scratch. We'll just make a new script and just play around with it and make some entities do some fun stuff. And yeah, if you've got any questions, just let me know as we go. I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to use just some objects that are already in the game. I like to just do that. It kind of keeps it in the theme. So I'm just going to hit Control and select that and drag it out here, and then we can start to play with this. So yeah, let's add a script to this. So what we do is just go up here to scripts and say new. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it Bobby D Stream Fun. I'm going to call it fun, so hopefully it will actually be fun. So yeah, so we added a new script. We can see over here on the left it says Bobby D Stream Fun, which is the name we just gave it. It has some number here. That's because there's a little number in the top here. And I think what we'll do is change that to something else. But let's just start by doing something simple. So this little editor here that we have is the same editor that from Visual Studio Code. We're writing in TypeScript. If you know JavaScript, it's pretty much the same thing. There are a few small differences, but the main thing that's cool about this implementation is that, sorry, I'm going to stop squeaking my chair around. The main thing that's cool about it is that with JavaScript, there's no type checking. If you've written any code in JavaScript before, you'll know that. And that can be fun, and it can be freeing in that you don't need to care about types at all times. But it can also be pretty frustrating if you pass the wrong thing into a function from the engine or the platform, and then it just gives you a strange error that you don't understand. So by using TypeScript, we're able to tell you what's wrong when you're doing things. So let's demonstrate that. So when we're writing a script in .Big Bang, this variable is this current script. So for example, that sum number variable up here, that's in this, which is referring to the current script. So if we want to affect the entity that the script is attached to, we need to use this entity, this.entity. So we'll do that, and then what I want to do is just spin it around. So the thing that holds like the position and the rotation and the scale in .Big Bang is called a world transform. So I'm going to do that, and as I can continue typing, I'm getting auto completion for all of these things. And so I'm going to say rotation Y, and I'm just going to add some number to it, and surely, slowly but surely, the thing is spinning around behind me. So this code is evaluating while I'm typing. There's like a small delay, and then as soon as it finishes doing that, it will update. So we could make it go the other way like this. This would be a fun thing. We could make it equal to this, which would be not very productive. But yeah, just spinning something around, giving something a little bit of life is a fun start. And then we can do something easy here. So if I change this sum number thing to speed, 0.01 is what we have down there. And then we get a little editor number here that we can change. So we can change it, and we can see that oh, you know what? I didn't do the right thing. It didn't change. And the reason it didn't change is because I didn't use it down here. So let's look, let me move this so I can not have to be staring past my mic all the time. Yeah, so this speed is set to 1, so that's super fast now. So now we can change that value in here, and that means that it's no longer hard-coded, and if we make 2 of these things, we can have 2 different values. So if I drag this out, then for this one, the second one, we can change it to go like twice as fast or something. So now we've added like a per entity parameter that you can change, and the code is referencing it, and that all works really nicely. But this box is a little bit, not very nice to edit. It'd be nice if we had a slider. So in order to add a slider, we can put a little thing here called number range, and we can go from and to what we want to go from and to. 0.01, 0.05, something like this. And now we get a nice little slider. And I think, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the speed by the time between frames. And what that means is even if the frame rate of the game is different between 2 computers, you'll get the same result. Now what that also means is these numbers need to be a bit bigger, sorry. So let's change that around. So now we've got 2 things moving. We've got a nice way to change how fast they go. We can also make this negative in the number range. So we could go like -5 to +5, like this. Whee! And the way these sliders work, it used to be that was a limit. You couldn't go past 5. You can go back to the default. So whatever is set in the script, right? The script is set to 1. If you mess this around and you're like, oh, I want to just go back to the standard, you can hit default, and that goes back to what's set in the script. And then if you want to go beyond 5, you see we've defined the range here as 5 is the maximum. You can keep dragging and just keep going crazy. So yeah, these sliders kind of allow you to go past those bounds so that you don't get into a situation where maybe you have a script from somebody else that you're using and you just can't change it to the value that you want. Yeah, so that is a little example of just doing something super simple that is fun but uses a little bit of code. And then I thought maybe we could introduce some motion, some up and down motion to it. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a variable that it will remember the starting position of the block. You see I've typed something here and I haven't completed what I was typing, so that's a syntax error. In that case, what happens is anything that has this script attached to it will stop running. So we see that those 2 things stopped running, but everything else is still running. So as soon as we fix that problem, they start to move again. Kind of like a way to not have to worry too much about things breaking. So yeah. So I'm going to make a start position. It's going to be a vector 3, which is just a XYZ position of something in space. And I'm going to actually do it properly, type all of the words correctly. Yeah. What's interesting here is in JavaScript, right, you could write this code. You could write start position equals vector 3, and it wouldn't complain. And what would happen is it would just break somewhere further down the line. But in TypeScript, first of all, it's an error. It says it's not callable. But secondly, down here in the red error line, it's saying value of type vector 3 is not callable. Did you mean to use new? And the answer is yes, I did mean to use new. So that's good. Oh, one thing I was going to show before, I was just talking about types. I got slightly distracted. It's true. So if I wanted to just set the rotation to a number, I can do that here. And you can see it changing. But in JavaScript, I could just set this to a string. And, you know, it might break. Somebody might check that somewhere. But in TypeScript, it says string is not assignable to type number. And that's exactly the kind of thing that you want, right? You don't want to be, if you're a beginner, for example, and you want to, you know, somehow you'd written this, you might think, well, that's a number. Why doesn't it work? Well, it's going to prevent you from making that mistake, and then you can fix it, and then everything is nice. So yeah, that was we did start off with JavaScript when we first wrote .Big Bang, but we found that people just made a lot of mistakes, and it was very frustrating for them. So after a while, we decided to move to TypeScript. Okay, I'm going to make this thing go up and down. I want to remember where its starting position was. So this start position, I'm going to copy the position of it when it actually starts. This dot entity dot world position, world transform dot position. And so now when the game starts, we're copying the position of the entity into this variable start position. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset from that position and just give it a nice up and down wobble using a sine wave. So this entity, oh, the music's back on again now. Very relaxing. So my Y position is going to be my start position. Y plus math sine. And I'm going to have to put something in here. I'm going to use the time, the server time. That will mean that if somebody's in multiplayer, all of these things will be in the same place. We have this idea of server time that is sent to all clients. Session. And you can just use that to do whatever you want. But here I'm going to use it to be the thing that's driving this position. And now I'm going to multiply by a number. We should see this thing going up and down. We do. They're both going up and down. That's great. And yeah, I think that we can also add like a bob distance or something. Something like a good name like that, I think. What's a good bob distance? That's a good conversation to have. Number range, I think bobbing between, or maybe no bob and 20 bobs. Maybe that's a good amount of bob distance to have. 0 bob. Yeah, so let's change this here to be bob distance. Bob distance. And now we can change this slider around and have things move up and down. I don't think that bob distance is enough bobbing. What do you think? Everybody, there's a bunch of people just saying hi to each other in the chat. That's very nice. I'm going to change this to be much, much greater. So like I say, we can go past the range that we've set. Just get it to be something nice. I'm going to do it so I can step on top of it. There you go. So what's that? That's 100. Okay, so let's set our slider to be able to go up to 100 so people can get the same effect. Set to 10, but we're going to make it 100. And then we're going to stop the game, start from here. And there you go, we've got a wibbly wobbly, up and downy. Maybe we should have that be wibbly wobbly up and downy pillar that we can go and play with and stand on and duplicate and mess about with. And of course each of these pillars can have their own distance and their own rotation, so you're making something that you can kind of reuse here. Maybe we'll make it even less. Let's have a look. That's better. There you go. So I'm going to save this as a new game. I started with a game that I'd made in the past. I'm going to save it as new. And then I'm going to just quickly refresh into the new one. Go and mess about with our new pillar. So yeah, that's basically the kind of fundamentals of building a script in TypeScript and adding new functionality. I think the other thing that we should probably try and do is show how we can make a main character or a player that isn't this character, that works in a different way. So say that you wanted to make Pac-Man or something, how would you do that? As I was saying earlier, this character that we have moving around is just an entity with some scripts on it. So what I'm going to do is maybe just find a cube and we can make cube person. Maybe we should be a bird or something. I don't know. I think there's a bird up here. Are there some birds up here? Let me see. Yes, there are. Okay, I'm going to choose one of these birds as my character in my game, my new player character. I'm going to put it down there beside this character. Look at this beautiful chap. What a nice looking guy. I think that, yeah, that's super cool. And while I do this, I'm going to adjust my screen a little bit, and then once we're finished, we can have people jump in and play around with this new bird player character and see what they think. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is make a brand new script on this player character. I'm going to call it Bobby D Bird Movement. And save that. And then I'm going to close these other things because I don't need them for now. Just make my code editor smaller so I can see what I'm doing. Get rid of the bar at the bottom. And then the first thing I'm going to do is just some really simple stuff. I'm going to make a speed for how fast it should move, and then I'm going to use the inputs to just move this thing around in a really simple way. So I'm going to say, I'm going to get the position of the entity. This, as we were saying before, this dot entity dot world transform dot position, and I'm just going to put it in a variable so it's less typing. Less typing is good. And then we're going to say, I'm going to say movement is a new vector 3, and then I'm going to say movement X, which is the kind of left to right direction, equals this dot game dot input controls get stick 1. So stick 1 is stick 1 is mapped to the left stick on a gamepad, the touch input on a phone, the left stick touch input. It's also mapped to WASD and cursor keys on the keyboard. So if you use these inputs, this .game.input.controls, it will automatically map those controls across all devices, and you won't need to do anything else. It'll just automatically work on a phone, etc. We could do this in a nicer way, but can I make a crowd? Yes. Can I make a crowd? Yeah, yes, you can make a crowd. We're going to finish what we're doing right now, and then we can come back to that one. So, let's see what we did. And we said, yes. And now we're going to do this entity, just say position. I already did it. I don't need to do that. Position, add movement. Right, so we should now see only a slight problem. The slight problem is that the Z movement isn't right, so let's flip that. There you go. So now we've got our little bird. I think we should turn the bird around because which way is the bird facing? Facing us. I'm going to face it this way. Should we be a huge bird or a small bird? I don't know. If you have thoughts on huge bird versus small bird, put it in the chat. I'm going to make sure that the rotation for this bird is zeroed because we don't want it to rotate it at all. Oh, wait a minute. That was fun. Big bird. Maze Play says big bird. Okay. Big bird, small bird. Oh, wait a minute. Big bird, small bird. Okay, 2 big birds, 1 small bird. Anybody else have an idea about big bird versus small bird? Because we are we're in a tie-break situation. Here you go. Medium bird. Global Game Jam is not helping with their suggestions. Medium bird. Medium bird. So let's make medium bird. There you go. So if we want to make, we did something very, very simple. We just took the input of the controller and we just stuck it in the movement. Okay, tiny bird, big bird, tiny bird. Wait a minute. Let me go back. I've lost count. Big bird, that's 2 big birds. Small bird, medium bird, tiny bird. Okay, well, we can't make it too tiny because then we won't even be able to see it. That will be super confusing. So, I didn't use my speed. I forgot about that. So let's just do that for a second. I think the speed's too fast anyway. Medium. No, movement. Multiply. So multiply scalar multiplies both of these axes of your thumbstick or your input by a single number, and the number I'm going to use is this speed, so that we can. Oh wow! Look at that! Pew! Much too fast. And then I'm going to do the trick that we just did before, where I'm going to multiply by the amount of time that it took between the last 2 frames, which will make us go a lot slower. But what that's saying is, we're going to change by 10 units per second by doing that. Not delta. I can't type. If anyone knows how to spell the word number, if you could put that in the chat, that would be very helpful. Let's go between 10 and 100 for this one. And now we can go and look at our speed. How fast should a bird be? How fast should it? Okay, we did big versus small. What about fast versus slow? Is this a slow bird that just moves around at a very leisurely pace? Or is this a very fast bird? Or an incredibly fast bird that moves around at a fast pace? If you have an opinion, let me know. If not, I'm probably going to make it somewhere in the middle. Maybe like this. Boop, 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 boop. I would also like to maybe get it pointing in the direction that we're moving, but I don't think that's essential at all. I'm going to leave it at 100. Okay, tiny bird. It's blue, like Sonic. Okay, we'll make it 150 for the sonicness of it. Okay, that's faster. So next thing I'm going to do, without anything else, is I'm going to make this bird the main character in this game. To do that, we need to do 2 things. The first thing that we need to do is make it a template. So a template is kind of like packaging up all of the stuff that's inside an entity, so you can reuse it. Once you've made a template, you can spawn it, you can create multiple copies of it, and you can also use that as the main character in a game. So I'm going to create a new template. I'm going to call it Bobby D Burb Player. I'm going to save it. Boom, done. And then the next thing we're going to do is make the game use that player. So right now, in the save options in the settings for the game, you can see down here in additional game options, it says player template. And currently it's using the default player template, but now I'm going to click this. I'm going to click my Bobby D. Burb player, select, and then we stop and start this game. Instead of the previous character being spawned over there, now it's burb time. It's time to burb. Check it out. This burb is majestic. What adventure will this burb go on? Very hungry. The camera makes it look amazing. Okay, let's go on a burb journey. Now this bird isn't moving in the direction of the camera. It's not really doing anything. It's just super simple. And I just wanted to show by putting a couple of lines of code in, you could change what the character is doing, and also that you can use a voxel object for the main character here. And so, yeah, going to also uncheck this box, player uses avatar, because that will try to replace some stuff on the character with your actual player in game. It's just a technicality. Doesn't really matter. Okay, now we need to become pandas. Okay, well, if you have an object that you want this main character to be and not just a verb, let me know, and I will change the character in this game to be the object. If you know of an object, or if you want to make one, I make the people cheering. Okay, somebody was asking about crowd earlier. I will get back to that. It says, now we need to become pandas. Okay, let's just find a panda. I'm sure we have a few. So, panda doodle, cute panda doodle, animated pointing panda, panda doodle. Let's see, cute panda doodle. Doop. Okay, let's see. Now we use a panda. Who's pandering about? I'm just pandering to the chat by changing things. That's the quality of pun. That's the quality of pun that you can imagine, that you can expect, for sure. Okay, so Orcadoodle. Okay, we're getting requests in chat. Some of our people from our community are asking Orcadoodle to change. So let's do it. It's an orca. That's cute. Look at this. Look at the state of this. Orca's going on an adventure. Where are they going? You can also just change the default player template, to use a voxel object, and then you would get like all of the features that the default player template has. We could do that as well. I think that would be a fun thing to do, just to show how you can be exactly pandering to the chat. We can do that just to show how it works. So say that we jump back to the default player template. I think I've got my own version of this. Rob default player. Let's play that. Yeah, so this is probably not the most recent perfect version of this, but it is a version of it. And so what we can do is we can take this and we can make a new template out of this. Let me just do that. Template. Oh, it already is a template. So we're going to save as, make a new one, call it Bobby D Voxel Player. Save that. And then I'm going to disable the character, so you can see the skeletal object here. I'm going to turn that off for now. We've already unchecked player uses avatar. I'm going to change the player template to the one that we just made, voxel player. I'm going to add a voxel object component to this so that we can add our orca back and our panda back. So let's go down here. Let's choose cute panda doodle. You can see that it remembers the most recent things that you did here. So I'm going to grab this one. And the thing that we need to do here a little bit is just get this capsule sorted out so that bad, that went wrong there. Oh, I didn't put the changes. Okay, I made 2 mistakes. Come on, give me a break. New. We're going to be panda. We're going to say select, and the thing that I forgot to do is this thing in here, which is push to template. If you don't do that, then it doesn't remember what you did. Okay, so now also my player. Come on, you can do it, Bobby D. You can make this work. Why is this not turned off? So cute panda doodle. The collision is going to be a capsule for this one. I'm going to change it from a box back to a capsule. I'm going to rise up out of the ground in a spectacular fashion. That's disabled, so yeah, I'm going to save what we did, push to template. Here we go. And for some reason, my skeletal, I don't understand why that's happening. The skeletal object, let's just get rid of it. It's gone. You're gone. You're out of here. Push a template. Save. Okay. Now I believe it's panda time. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, so what we did there was we took the default player template. It needs to be bigger though, don't you think, this panda? We deleted the skeletal renderer, the thing that was like, a skeletal renderer is the thing that's like drawing the character. That's just our name for the thing that draws a character instead of a voxel object. And I replaced it with this cute panda. I'm going to scale it up a bit though. Let's make it bigger. Panda big. Uniform scale. There you go, look, check that out. I'm going to push that. Save it. Okay. And now we also updated the collision to be just on the panda. So now we've got a voxel object. You can also use a animated voxel object here. Animated in the voxel animation tools. Oh, the burb is still getting a keyboard input over here. Burb wants to be in the mix. Can we get them both together? Yeah, they can hang up together now. And let's show what it looks like with the orca, because that was really nice as well. Let's go orca doodle, and then we can push that to the template, and then we can click, 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 click. Now he is an orca going on an adventure. Yeah, and you get a lot of stuff for free. You can see that the character is kind of stuck to the top of this pillar and it's moving around nicely. That's called parenting, and the default player will do that for you. But there's also a bunch of that dungeon room in Zelda where you're facing off against yourself. Yes, yeah. So like you're trying to get yourself, says Summer Sky. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a ton of different really interesting things you can do purely by having a bunch of things being controlled by the player. And in general in games, we tend to always kind of do the same thing, which is that everything is, there's one player and that's it. But I've seen a bunch of indie games where they control a bunch of things at the same time. We can easily take our burb here and duplicate it out a few times. Going to hold Control and Shift, make a little crowd of burbs, and then you know, we're controlling all of these burbs now, right? Because, like I said before, the reason why this orca kind of seems like the player is that the camera is pointing at it, right? And the camera is pointing at it because we've said, oh, this is the player, and like that's the only magical part about it. But you know, if the camera was pointing at these other things, they would seem like the player for sure. Bird army, come to me, my burbs. It's giving like a speech to all of the burbs. So yeah, I think you know, with one of the things I really like about building things out of voxels is that it's really straightforward to build something. You know, you don't need to have any modeling skills. You can build. If you look at the kind of complexity of one of these burbs, they're very simple. I mean, I think it is a real skill to be able to build voxel things in a simple way. But you know, we can go and look at the original bird here, and you know, this is it's relatively simple. The form is relatively simple, so I can remix this in the voxel object editor we have, and even just taking other people's objects as a starting point, and then, you know, adding other. I mean, we should make a fancy. Feel like we should make a super fancy version of this bird. Now we're in here. Do you think the whole body should be pink or just the head? I feel like I'm going to go full pink. Look at that. Resplendent. But maybe keep the tail feather. Well, I think if we're going to be this fancy. So one of the things that's really cool about this color picker, by the way, here, is that the color picker will show you complementary colors. So if I pick this pink, you know, with the eyedropper, we're getting all of these colors that work with it. And I was actually going to go and find a turquoise to use, but it did it for me. Look at that. Fancy, fancy, fancy. I think that's pretty amazing. That's one of the best things I've ever made. I feel like it needs one tiny addition though. I think it needs a little. I'm going to use this blue, but I'm going to put it on the top. Boop! Look at that. Look at that. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Okay, I'm going to save this. I'm going to jump back over here. And yeah, let's replace our burb army with our new one that we just made. So I'm gonna in the search tool over here, I'm going to look for all the birds we just placed. I'm going to do it this way actually, because there's some other birds in here that are doing other things, and I don't want to disturb those birds. So I'm going to control click on each of the birds, and then we can go in here and just change it to our new one. Bluebird idle, that's mine. Select. And then, let's see, did they change? What is happening? Did I save my changes? Did I do something? Did I make a mistake somewhere? No? These are in the template. I get it. Okay, so you know what? It did change, but look, I'm being stupid. This got animation, and the only thing we did was this first frame. So the first frame is fancy and resplendent. You see, look, Summer Sky is in the chat right there, banging her head against the screen, loudly shouting, "Bobby D, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing." Summer Sky would never say that. But it is true. So let's fix it. Can we speed run it? Of course we can. So down here at the bottom, there is this very important slider, which I just completely forgot about. Now, having put this extra bit on the head, I've given myself so much work to do. So I tell you something, I'm gonna remove this tiny bit at the top, and then I'm going to use the eyedropper, and I'm just going to go through and change these frames to be my fancy color. go. I'm such a skilled artist. I'm sure you will agree. But I do think that recoloring something, you know, I mean, I'm not particularly skilled at any kind of art like this. And I do think that recoloring something is kind of a fun way to you know, make a change, but not have to have the skills of doing everything. I said no such thing. Maybe we should just make it magically work. Maybe we should make the tool better. There we go. So now we've got to do our tail and head feathers. 1 frame, 2 frame. Oh, 3 frames. This is the kind of exciting game development action that people tune into the Global Game Jam stream for. Recoloring a bird's plumage. Wait a minute, there's still a blue dot in the middle of the back of this frame. We didn't get that one right. Let's fix it. Done. I need to get my turquoise back. There you go. Bish bash bosh. Here we go. No pressure. No pressure. Just go at your own pace, making these little changes. That back one needs fixed as well. We can go and do those in a second. Maybe if I could actually select things, that would be good. Okay. Stay focused. Hydrate. These are all important. I'm going to get to the end and everyone is going to be so impressed. Okay, last frame. The head, the wings, the tail. We're doing it. Okay, let's scrub. I've got those 2 frames on the back. Oh, and this one here that I missed. Somehow missed that. Oh, I did its head all the way through, but I decided to not do it on the first frame, even though I said I was going to do it. Okay. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to change basically just down to its neck. Is that what we're saying? Okay. I can do that. I can do it. Here we go. I'm going to paint here like this. Okay, and it's got 1 block in. Let me check this. Let me check it before I do it. Yeah. We can do this. We're professionals. Look at that. That's fine. Very nice. Okay, and then the 2 in the back, and then we're finished. Nice. Okay, eyedropper here, paintbrush here, click this here. It's quite therapeutic, really. Okay, I think that's it. Look at that. Very impressive. Okay, remember to press save. We've got this really cool thing up here in the right as well that Amy, one of our programmers, added. Happy little voxels, exactly. We're just having fun, you know? And that lets you look at things from these side and front perspectives, so you can just check you got everything right. That would probably have been the perfect perspective to use when I was actually doing it. Yeah, but I didn't do it. Right, and then I'm going to frame this up really nicely. I'm going to take a nice thumbnail of it so people can be impressed with my handiwork. Left side or right side? What's the best side? This side, I think. And in here we can say new thumbnail. We get a very fancy preview. And I'm going to put a description in. This is probably the most beautiful bird that has ever existed. Very nice. I'm going to put my name on the front of it. Press save. Okay. Now we're done. Okay. So I'm going to save this game. I'm going to reload. at the moment, if you make a change to something that's already in the game, oh look, 2 of the verbs are only just normal verbs. They aren't fancy ones, so we can change them. That's okay. Everybody can be a cool bird here. Nobody's gonna get left out. I'm gonna change it to my version, but check this out. These birds are fantastic. Very cute. It's always fascinating to me how you can get such movement and convey the idea of an object in so few voxels or pixels. And Fox Elias, I think, made this originally. It's really fantastic. So yeah, I think we're probably running out of time. If anyone has any last questions or thoughts or ideas, throw them in the chat right now. But we're kind of like 3 minutes away from the top of the hour, and so we're not really. Feel free to end the stream when you're done. Oh, feel free to end the stream when you're done. We are not under any time pressure. Thanks very much, Tim. How kind. So actually, now we can do whatever we want. Tim's leaving, so we can go crazy. Any idea that we had previously, we can go completely bonkers. I think Charlie just turned up in the stream chat though. Yeah. So if you have any ideas, any thoughts, let's go back up earlier. Somebody said, can I make a crowd? Who said, can I make a crowd? Oh, okay, can I make a crowd? Orkiness. Making a crowd. What would I do if I was going to make a crowd? I actually think I would start with this thing called waypoints. I think there's a thing. Waypoint. Jordan's waypoint testing. I would start here, I think. I'm going to play with this a tiny bit. We'll see what happens. So this is based on our FPS game, and it has a few interesting things. The first of all, it has this doodle masked person who is navigating to random ones of these green pegs, and the one it's navigating to is being highlighted in brown. It can be a little bit difficult to see. This demo could be easier to see, but basically it's navigating around this this set of points, and then we've got Jordan, the green one, and what Jordan is doing is terrifyingly following us. It navigates to the nearest point to us, and then it comes, as far as I can remember, right off the nav mesh. Yeah, so look, it'll even jump down. I trapped it. It was trying to get back to its point. But now it's not clever enough to jump down here, so it's going to run all the way around, and it's going to come and see us. Come on, Jordan. As you might imagine, this demo was made by somebody on our team called Jordan, who also named all of the characters in this game Jordan. I think it's because he copied his own character, really. I don't think he was really dealing with it. So I don't think they respond to health, but they might. Yeah, so Jordan is terrifyingly good at chasing me around. If I managed to trap him. Yeah, I wrote this in the first place, and the idea anyway is that you can drop these different this person's really funny. Runs around like as a tray. And then the red ones are just running around, just arbitrarily going between these points. They just pick a random point and route to it. But the point of this is that for all of the pathfinding stuff. Oh, wait a minute. What's happened? My mouse cursor, I pressed escape by accident. When you stop the game, these things that you just drop down are just called waypoint. And then Jordan did a bit of work to make them self-connecting. So yeah, you just drop them down, and there's a bunch of settings on them. And then these little agents, these little characters, will just start navigating based on their little scripts. I don't know if we have a more developed version of this. Someone saying, can I get a link to it? Absolutely. I'll post it here. It says it doesn't. It says on here. It says can't post to some to some destinations. I don't really know what that means, but yeah, this is like a fun little thing that you can mess about with for crowds. You can add your own remixes of the scripts to have it run around and do things in them. Can you shoot them? No, Jordan is unkillable. Impossible. I think one of them you can. Maybe the one with the mask on. No, no health bar. What about the red ones? What about this one? No. Watch out though, the barrels are big. Whoa! Oh look, they managed to recover. This one that is carrying the invisible tray is the most resilient of all. They're incredibly good. Oh man, go away, spooky Jordan. That one's too scary. Yeah, so I don't think you can damage these ones. There is a version of this where you can damage them. And I think that Boo Radley on our team also had a version of this that was a bit more developed. But yeah, fun stuff, fun stuff, fun stuff. New comments. That worked, thanks. Good stuff, Summer. Yeah, so I mean, the other thing is that there's a version of this that hides all of these waypoints, right? So you don't have to have your game be full of bright green pins. But yeah, this is also a kind of game where the player character is hidden and you're represented by this floating gun with a little shadow underneath you. Feels really nice. It was written by Charlie on our team originally and then updated by Brad and Heather. This specific version is still a product of what Charlie did. Yeah, so this, you know, the FPS starter that we have is fun to play about with. See how everything's put together. And like I was saying before, everything in here is built using .Big Bang, so you can like select the weapon, select the player, and inspect how it all works. Okay, well, yeah, I'll just finish up by saying we are going to be around for all of Global Game Jam. We're a sponsor, obviously, but also we're going to be making games. In our Discord, in the various jam sites, we've got a page on .Big Bang called .bigbang.com/GGJ, Global Game Jam, that has everything that you need to know to get started, all of the kind of quick start guide, things that you can do, the FPS kit that I just talked about, combat kits, various ways to get started quickly. And yeah, it's going to be fun. We're all looking forward to it. I'm going to be talking about .Big Bang a little bit and just doing a bit of development in the keynote on Saturday. But apart from that, thank you everybody for coming along. Very happy. I am the Tim Proxy. Very happy that you all showed up. Happy to be able to show some cool things. I think, yeah, let's just roll through some cool stuff. I like this game. It uses the kind of noise API that we have to create a procedural landscape of beautiful rainbow colors. It's fun to zoom out on this one. So yeah, it's just creating this around the player. It's not particularly fancy, but it's super nice. I'm just going to roll through a few while we're at the end of the stream, just for fun. I really like the colors and how this turned out. For some reason, just like super bright colors on a screen always makes me happy. Yeah, I really like this one. So that's a cool one. Other things I have made. I made a version of a game. Did I show this last time? I think I did. I'll leave you with this game. Well, no, I've got another game I'm going to leave you with. So this is the thing that I made. It's based on, where's the description? Inspired by a game called Nothing by Pixeletto. So this game, as soon as you jump, it starts counting. and if you move from this point, you're doing something, so you die. And then it has a high score that it's remembering. So the longest I ever did nothing for was 2,240 seconds. Seems quite impressive. But the game I think I'm going to leave you with is another game that I made, which I'm going to try and remember the name of. It's a game where you have a choice to make. Let's go and search for it. Oh, this was a fun one. There's so many fun games I've made on here. Look at this. So this is just spawning entities as you run, and you can make some pretty radical designs. I always felt like this could be some kind of puzzle game, but I never really thought what kind of puzzle game it would be. Something to do with looping things in and out, because it's really fun just to do that. Oop, but I didn't really get to the end of that thought. Maybe like Snake, but in 3D, maybe that's too complicated. Look at this. There's something just about curves that's fun. Yeah, so that's a simple one. But it's not the one I'm looking for. Let's keep going. There's a picture of Alan Kay's head. A tour through. Oh man, this one's great too. There's so many of these that I like. This one is a game originally using a system that Brad Radley made, and it places all of these trees procedurally. So it's kind of combining the noise stuff that we were looking at before with placing some more complex tree voxel objects, so a tree instead of just some cubes, and it's spawning them in the same way. So we're getting all of this stuff, and the cool thing about using the noise API that we made with the seed is that it always puts all the trees in the same place, so you get this beautiful placement of trees, but also like this bush is always here with this seed, and yeah, all the ones in the valleys. That's really nice. Next, portal gun. I did make a portal gun, but I didn't finish it. So, you know, it's kind of half done. I'll show you what it does so far. So you can put one here, and then we can put one here, and then we can go in this one and come out that one, and that's it. It's inspired obviously by the game Portal. We could put that one up there. Whoop. And then what we could do, if we were completely crazy, is we could try and put that one on the ground down here and fall in and through like you can in Portal. Whoa. So yeah, that it's not completely finished because it doesn't change the direction. It doesn't change the direction, and also there's no limitation to where you can put it. So we can put it up here, we can put it up here, we can put it on the side of the crane. Let's put it on the side of the crane and go in here. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, and we put it on top of each other. None of this makes any sense at all. But yeah, this is a fun one. I mean, I probably did this in 15 minutes, just messing around, just playing with the existing stuff that's there. Nothing too complicated. But yeah, this one, I'll put links to all of these. Like I say, this one's not finished, so don't expect it to be perfect. Let's keep going. We're going to go down the memory lane of exciting things that I've made in the past. This rainy scene, I think, was pretty much made completely by Voxelius. Well, it was, yeah. I mean, maybe I did some tiny stuff. This is kind of cool because actually I think it has I think maybe the lightning isn't working anymore, but just something that's a little bit more spooky with a rainy look. Something that's nice. We're coming up on a spooky church. I think you really can get these trees are by somebody called Verlier that was made some of the most beautiful objects that I've seen anybody in the community make, and I think, you know, you really can get something that's atmospheric and really beautiful in voxels. Let me see if I can fix this. Can we change the bloom? Yeah, we can. Look, we can change it down here. There you go, that's better. Yeah, and look, and now the lightning's working. Genius. But now I can't move anymore. Okay, well, you win some, you lose some. But I think you can kind of feel the atmosphere there. Pretty good. Okay, let's go back on our journey to find the game that I'm actually looking for. What is the game? Terrain pooled, we looked at that. We looked at particles. We looked at the snaky snake. Bobby D, pillars of entrapment. That sounds terrifying. Community meetup. Will I even know it when I see it? Hill climb challenge is cool. You can drive a vehicle around, try and get to the top of the hill. There you go. Spawn a vehicle, drive up a hill. I'm going to put this in the chat. Maybe somebody will join in. Yeah, so this one's nice. Shows off the terrain system that we have. That's fun, but that's not the game I'm looking for. I'm going to keep looking for it. Oh, Orca turned up. Okay. Should go and say hi to Orca for 2 seconds. Here you go. Let's take a selfie. No, let's take a selfie. Let's take a selfie in the car. Okay, it's your car. Wait for me. Okay, now we're in the car. Wait. Need to take a selfie. Oh. Wait. Oh. There you go. I did it. Boo Radley's here as well. We're going to go and do some 4x4 off-roading. But I'm going to go and look. I'm going to leave you in that game and go and look for this other game. Where is this other game? Anybody who follows me on Big Bang is going to get a whole load of very strange games. Bobby D Roots. This was cool as well. Is anybody getting bored of these games I'm showing you? Look at this thing. We had a game challenge in our Discord to make something. I think the prompt was roots, and I made this wacky looking thing in code. It's just a whole bunch of spawn cubes, and it's like a beanstalk. It's kind of tricky to get up. I'm going to put it in chat. Pew, pew, pew. Oop, up, up. And at the top, what happens? You made it. Make yourself a home. Okay. I live in a cloud now. I'm sure this is the same cloud that we used the other on Monday's stream. I'm sure it is. Let me see. I'm just just throwing links out here. Yeah. I wonder where this goes. So yeah, that was really fun. Fun challenge. I should do more. I should do more of those challenges. I could probably do them on stream if people want to see it. Okay, I should fix my portal gun at some point as well. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna find the game. Hedgeman, that was a good game. Bobby D's empty game. So many experiments. That's the thing. So many experiments. I'm looking for a game that you can only play once. One time. But I can't remember what it's called. That is pretty bad. I've got so many. Yeah, I do. Oh, I saw it. Wait a minute. Oh no, it looks like that, but that's not it. That was a trick. It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be earlier. I've got so many. Yeah, of course. That's not even half of it. Look how far back it goes in time. It goes back to the ancient dawn of time, when we made super simple games, and the games get more complex and more fun all the way up. Oh, this one is good. Man. Yeah, let me know. What I like about this one is it goes like bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop. It's a really fun game. Kind of similar to the other one, right? With its with the cubes, but these are just blooping into existence. So this this flower is a template, and you can spawn it, and it has its own little script that does the blooping, and that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it feel nice. Back, back, back. No, not back to the Portal game. That's not the one. Let's find it together. Okay. Gonna use my eyeballs. I'm gonna scan. I'm scanning. Terrain pool forest. We showed you the forest. We didn't show you the particle grass, but it is very cool. Playing sounds. Nope. 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 Octotemple Ruined. That's where we started out today. Run, Mr. Pencil. What is that game? I'm going to keep looking. Ha! Here it is. I found it. Found the game I was looking for all this time. It's called Great Fun Game. And let me see what happens when I run it. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so here you go. I'm going to make a multiplayer link, and I'm going to post it in chat, and you can come in this game. And so the game says, the game is called Great Fun Game, and it says here, whatever you do, don't step in the lava. No, seriously, don't go in there. It does look very hot. That's for sure. And I happen to be a person made of snow, but I think we should jump in. So I'm going to do it against all advice, the best advice these people are giving me. I'm going to jump in. Well, I think we probably could have predicted that. Yes. I should have known better. It is true. I should have known better. Okay, well, let's play again, and let's make a different decision this time. Let's play the game again. Oh, but look. Look what happened. When I run this game now, instead of starting at the start and having a choice to jump into the lava, it starts here. Because this game is a game where if you die, you're dead forever. That's it. No takesies, backsies. What do the comments say? Do people like it? Oh, I don't like it. Okay. I ain't stepping in this. Wait, let's see. Oh, I don't like it. Whoa, this is cool. I stepped in the lava and it says you're dead. Nice game. Thanks, little drog. No point, but it also won't teleport me back. I joined again. It still says the same thing. Is this supposed to happen? Yes. This game uses save data, so you can never go back. It's a permadeath game. That's right. There's no way back. There is a way back. There's a secret. But I can't tell you what it is. Okay, that's it. We found the game. So today, just to review, we spent some time looking at how to... we spent some time looking at how to write simple scripts. We quickly looked at how to make a different player character in our game. we made the player character a panda and an orca and a bird. Here's our beautiful orca. Here's the big set of verbs. I'm going to put this out here so we can all play it now. I made a new majestic bird with a fantastic plumage. I think it's very proud, and I'm very proud of it. I forgot to fill in the color on all frames, but then Summer reminded me, and I did it. I feel like I've really accomplished something. Then once we did that, and we showed some very simple coding. Oh no! I made the classic mistake. The classic mistake of keeping my name in here. We're all Bobby D now. Look, everyone's Bobby D. Look at that. Very silly. Very silly. We did a whistle-stop tour through a whole bunch of games. Got some people in here having some fun times. So many Bobby Ds. Then we looked at lots of silly games that I've made in the past on Big Bang. Both actual games that you could play, like the Portal game, plus a whole bunch of other stuff that's in there. Feel free to go through my profile or add me on Big Bang. I'll put a link to my profile here. Profile Bobby D. So you can go and tour through those games and play them and remix them and do whatever you want. I'm going to put that in the chat. And then finally, if you want to use Big Bang for Global Game Jam, you can sign up to Global Game Jam. And then I'm going to go and jump out and look at our Global Game Jam blog post. Check it out. So we've got a nice blog post, and then we've also got, like I was saying, .bigbang.com GGJ. Kind of explains everything that you need in order to get started. Somebody's fixed this video since I last looked at the page. It's magical. It's magical. Here I'm going to post this, and yeah, feel free to sign up. We would love to have you. Love to have you in our Discord. We've got a whole bunch of people. I'll be hanging out doing stuff. If you've got questions about how to do things or whether you can make a game, what kind of game you want to build, that's all there. So that's just linked directly from the page I just posted. And yeah, we're all super excited. There is one final feature that I should be able to show tomorrow, actually, which is that we're actually enabling sound upload for Global Game Jam. We've had a big library of sounds, 5,000 sounds or so, and about 20 tracks of music that you could pick from so far for a while, but you haven't been able to upload your own sounds, so now you can do that. And so you could add voice, you could add your own music, ambient sounds. Obviously, there's tons of uses for uploading sounds. So I'm hopefully going to show you that tomorrow. Been rushing around today getting it done. Okay, well, that's the end of the stream. Thank you. Maze Plays says, what? Yeah, that is true. That is a true fact. Now, it maybe even be live right now. Should we check? Maybe we should check. Maybe it's live right now. I'm going to make a new game. I'm going to put a... I keep saying I'm finishing, and then I keep not finishing. Sorry, Charlie. I'm going to be finished really soon, I promise. I'm going to get out of here. Show all. I need to find my favorite pillar. There you go. And to make it make a sound, I'm going to put a little sound component on it. Boop. And then here, oh look. Oh look, it is live. It is live. So previously what you would do in here is you would search for a sound and you would put it in here. But now you can click this little button in the top right. Click on here. Search for a sound like this. Oh, you can't see my file picker. That's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing, not randomly sharing parts of our screen. But I'm going to pick a sound. Let me see, something fun and simple. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the preview, but Okay, okay, I'm going to upload this sound. It's very silly. So now it says done, and as soon as you upload a sound here, you get like the file name in the top. So we're going to change it. This one says welcome to Blockton on Sea, like this. And you can add a description. I'm not going to describe anything. I'm going to add voice as a tag so other people could find it if they wanted to. I'm going to hit save.
Welcome to Blockton on Sea. We hope you have an amazing time here.
Okay, I don't know how loud that is for you, but it's...
Welcome to Blockton on Sea.
Welcome to Blockton on the Sea. And if I want to make that play automatically when I come into a game, I can just add I have a little script that does that, called something like SFX.
Welcome to Blockton on Sea.
This will play it whenever it changes.
We hope you have an amazing time here.
Okay, let's try.
Welcome to Blockton on Sea. We hope you have an amazing time here.
We hope you have an amazing time here. This is the length of the piece of audio. It's 4 seconds, 4.13 seconds. So if we want to loop it now, at least we can. I want to make this automatically loop at the end, but we can type it in here and it will loop. POMPD upload sound example PLE. Save. Can't spell, can't type. Description. You can now upload sounds in .big bang. Use the sound clip picker to do it. We'll also make a guide. We'll also make a guide for this so that people can know how to do it. That will be coming in the next couple of days. So let's press play.
Welcome to Blockton on Sea. We hope you have an amazing time here. Welcome to Blockton on Sea. We hope you have an amazing time here. Welcome to Blockton on Sea.
So that's fun. And then, of course,
you have an
as soon
amazing
as you've
time
done that,
Welcome
you can post
to
it and other
Blockton
people
on
can
Sea.
hear it. So there's
We
no
hope you have an
like,
amazing
download the
time
build,
here.
change the
Welcome
files
to
and
Blockton
stuff.
on Sea.
So yeah,
We hope you have an amazing time
that
here.
will let people make really interesting things for Global Game Jam with interesting ambient music, etc. So secrets, telling you all of the secrets today. Okay, that's it. Wow, I overran so much. I'm very sorry, Charlie. Charlie just says take as long as you want, but I don't think that probably means like 5 hours additional. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for joining the stream. I do apologize that it was blurry and it took us a little bit of time to get started. If anyone has any final questions, feel free to just put them in the chat right now. Otherwise, I am actually going to be back tomorrow. We had an opportunity to do lots of streams this week, and I thought, let's just do it. Let's hang out. Let's make random stuff. If you have a question, you want to come back, I'm going to be back 3 p.m. tomorrow, 3 till 4, same time, same place, same face. And yeah, if you have a question you want to bring and kind of fire in before tomorrow's stream or put it in the Discord or anything, then I can talk about that. Otherwise, I'm probably going to maybe look a bit more at level design tomorrow. Okay, thanks. See you. Bye-bye.